So, dear friends, time for questions, comments, thoughts. Do we have any questions, Captain?
To all, we have a question. If this world is full of challenges and problems, how can we stay cheerful while living in this physical world and learning our karmic lessons? How to keep a good attitude towards life even if it provides problem after problem?
Okay, so the easiest way to do so is to read the life of saints. Check out the life of people who are devotees of the Lord and who have walked on the path of God realization, and you will find that in each example, even though there was bodily suffering, there was no inner suffering. So there was bodily pain, but there was no suffering, and they were able to accept the challenges, whatever life threw at them, but their inner calmness always stayed. So only by studying, by reading, by listening to the examples of the avatars, that is why, in our Hinduism, they would say that you should read the Sanatan text, you should read about the rishis who did so much tapasya, you should read the Upanishads, you should read the people who did so much to attain the Lord, because eventually what happened to them is that they were able to rise beyond the suffering. So same is for Lord Buddha. He said that his disciples would ask him, that we are walking on this path. The people who are not walking on this path are also getting the disease and they are also dying. We are also getting disease and we are also dying. Then what is the difference? Then how do we maintain that peace? So the Buddha explained to him in a very simple way. He said, imagine that there is an arrow hits you and that creates a wound in your body, and that now even before that you are able to comprehend and analyze the pain that is happening, another arrow comes and hits at the same point, causing much more pain. So then he says that by the spiritual practices you can remove the second arrow. But the first arrow is your karma, with the prarabdha which you will have to face. But the second arrow is your own mental egoic magnification of the pain. So if you remove your mind from that pain that is happening and consciously raise the level of energy and thinking and uplift yourself by your spiritual practices, then even in the presence of pain in the body, you will not suffer. And we know so many saints have died because of terrible diseases. It is said, Master said that Christ could be on the cross because he knew that it is a dream, and even on the cross he was able to say to the Lord to forgive those people. Ramana Maharishi had cancer of the musculoskeletal system, but he underwent a couple of operations and radiotherapy and multiple things. But did his peace ever leave him? No, never, not even at one point did it leave him. Ramakrishna Paramans had cancer of the throat. And one day, some disciples were sitting and he was complaining, oh, I'm not able to eat, I'm having pain. And then one of the disciples said, but Master, you appear to be in bliss. And then Ramakrishna said, oh, you have found me out. So there are two levels of existence for a master. Is that there is bodily pain, no denying the fact, but he is able to live in the consciousness of his uplifted, existence. And that is why he is able to be cheerful under all circumstances. So it is because our energy on a day-to-day basis, how do we bring this into practice? You may say, oh, those were avatars and those are masters. How do we do this on a daily basis? We suffer mostly. So the first arrow is the difficulties and challenges in life that we have. The second arrow is, oh, I am suffering. So bringing everything, becoming a victim in your own mind and saying, I am suffering, I am having this problem, that problem. Stop thinking all of this. So remove the thought of difficulty and magnification. Acknowledge the difficulty. We are no fools. We will acknowledge there is this problem, it needs a solution. But if you keep thinking, oh, what a big problem, oh, I'm me, poor little me, how am I going to solve? Then you are going in that ditch. So stop that thinking. Second thing is, because living in the world, our energy stays mostly in the lower chakras. Now, if energy will stay in the lower chakras, your identification with the body will be strong, and therefore any pain in the body, you will suffer more because of it. But if you are living through the upper chakras, if you're doing your pranayam, your energization and your meditation techniques, your energy will be more in the air, ether, and higher consciousness centers. In this center, it is easy to detach the mind from the body. And because it is easy to detach your mind from the body, therefore, even though there is pain in the body, you will suffer less and you can be cheerful. And the more you live from higher chakras, higher consciousness, the more joyful you are, because you start to understand the dream nature of life. So simple daily task is twofold. One is to keep your energy uplifted by doing energization, by doing pranayam and your meditation. Second is to keep checking your thought. Is your thought in victim consciousness, and you are treating yourself, you are pitying yourself and you're sympathizing with yourself rather than having the courage of a hero and of a conqueror. You are just, whiling away and whining and complaining all the time. So correct that thought and raise that energy. It is possible then to be cheerful under whatever outside difficulty you are facing in your life. So that's it. Yeah. Any other question, Captain?
Yeah, there's how to learn Kriya Yoga.
Okay, so there you please go on online and you find out the Ananda Center near me, and you will be able to locate an Ananda Center. And if it may be in physical proximity to your place. You never know. Sometimes you are living in the same colony and you don't know what's happening in a particular center. So just find out. If it is not near you, then what you can do is you can join a Kriya home study group. So there are online classes going on for Kriya Yoga Diksha. You have to go through a 6-month course of various levels of classes, learn simple basic meditation techniques first and take the discipleship, and then you will be given Kriya Yoga Diksha. So check online for all the resources that are possible for you. And even if then there is some difficulty, maybe you can connect with Captain. Captain, I think you'll be able to help this person if they have any query regarding any difficulty to find a center or something. So that's it, yeah.
So, how to use a knowledge of the scriptures to help in falling asleep at night?
Okay, so knowledge of the scripture. So truth first. So to fall asleep at night, good sleep if you want. So at the end of the day, you take out time to analyze your day. And then once you have, so only acknowledging the events that have happened, not diving deep into the emotions, only watch. In fact, you have to ask yourself, did I get too emotional today? Did I get too angry today? Was I cheerful over a period of time or not? Was I able to be at peace and give peace to others? So at the end of the day, you generally analyze your day. You can even journal your thoughts and emotions. That is also a good way. So this is the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita, where the blind mind Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay, what happened on the battlefield? So on the battlefield of your life, what happened on that day? And without getting emotional, just give it a moment of thought and ask yourself how you could have done better. So then what you can do is then offer all that has happened and all you are thinking right now and all your thoughts of being better in the future. Invoke the presence of God, thank Him for this life, and offer all of this to the Lord. One by one, all the thoughts and restlessness that is troubling you, pick up each one mentally and offer it to the Lord. Say, Lord, I am finding it difficult to handle these difficulties, but I know you are always there and you will help me. Therefore, I offer them to you. And when I wake up tomorrow morning, maybe you will give me some solution to my problems. You will tell me what to do. So here it is not that we will think that when we go to sleep, God, all the problems will be solved when I get up in the morning. No. But that God's guidance will come and help you to find the solution so that you can do your own purusharth and self-effort to solve your own life problems. So giving all the problems to God and saying that whatever I have done today, I have done more, means enough. It is enough that I have, whatever effort I have put today. but I will do better tomorrow, and dear Lord, please help me to do so. Once you have mentally offered everything to God, then you can use the techniques of pranayam, of deep diaphragmatic breathing, or sometimes people use Brahmari pranayam to actually relax your body so that your parasympathetic system, nervous system becomes active, your body becomes relaxed, and taking the name of the Lord and deeply, breathing, you will be able to fall asleep. And this also needs training. Do a little more every day, a little more every day. And just before sleeping, do not be involved in social media or restless activity of the world. It should be just you and the Lord. Whatever conversation is there, whatever pranayam activity is there, it is just you and the Lord. And you will find that if you have just you and the Lord before you sleep, the moment you wake up, you will still be just you and the Lord. The world will not just, cram up and take over you. So make it a practice. Share your feelings with God. He's your friend, He's your parent, and then just let Him take the burden and do deep breathing and go to sleep. Okay, I think we're done for the day, Captain.
So we have few questions.
Okay, some more questions coming. Yes.
We have been guided that we should align our self will with divine will, but there are many times when I'm unable to do so. So, shall I consider it as divine will as it is against my own will and let it be and be with the flow? If you could please answer this.
Okay, this is a very vague question that has come in. It needs to have certain specifications, but sometimes,
Specification is there, but
uh,
it's related to meditation and energization exercises, which is not
mhm.
happening because of the unavoidable circumstances. So
Okay,
that
so the unavoidable circumstance is divine will. Okay, so the point is you are wanting to meditate, which is a good thought, but then you have some karmic tendencies which will bring certain results right now. Restlessness will come. So, in a sense, that is a divine will. So, if you're just sitting for meditation and the bell rings, it is you have to get up and answer the bell, but that does not mean that you have to become restless in answering the bell. So you do what has to be done, but you maintain the inner calmness. And slowly over a period of time, when your communion with God increases, and you will find that space where nothing disturbs you. And that also there is importance of having some time in your day or once a week of going into, let's say, half a day seclusion. So go into those areas where you can find that time where you can switch off your mobile phone, where no, you don't have to answer the bell. So you will have to, and if you pray to the Lord, He will help you to find those time zones. So you cannot keep complaining that life is it's projecting on me, and it is the work of Maya to do so. Maya is going to challenge you. You are going to be tested. So, whatever study we do, whatever class we are in, we are going to be tested, and then more difficult course will come and more difficult exam will come. So, be ready for this. So, your will is good that, okay, I want to meditate. Good decision, good intention. Start meditating, then see what happens. Even if the bell rings, maintain your calm, come back into meditation, and then find separate zones. And sometimes divine will is beyond our understanding, because if we are in class 5 and God wants to tell us some lesson, which is larger than that, we do not immediately get it. But our only effort is to keep following the teachings very, very closely. Keep listening to the master. Do the best according to your understanding at that time. So if at the end of the day you look back and you say, did I do my utmost best? That will give you the answer. If you have done your best, then that is it. That is enough. And God will never let you down. So this I sometimes say this, that God wants you to turn left, but He doesn't want you to turn left right now. So you are praying, 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 you're not getting an answer, but only after you come to a particular point, then He says you turn left, and then you turn left. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not easy to understand the divine will all the time, but you have to put one step in front of the other. So whatever understanding of the spiritual path you have received right now, work with common sense best with that. Take the next step, keep walking, do your best, keep surrendering. If you feel that your will and divine will is clashing, that means you're not surrendering enough. So just say, God, this is your world and I don't want anything out of it. Everything is nishkam. Remember, when meditation has to be done nishkam, without expecting anything in result. Everything has to be offered. So moment by moment, keep surrendering and offering to God. Do the best according to your understanding at that time, and the time will come that more and more you will be able to align your will with the divine will. So I think that's it. It takes time. You have to, and even till the end of life, Maya is so strong that just a little whisper in your ear, the satanic influence can draw you. So therefore, you have to just keep your direction correct, and you have to keep on holding to the Guru, come what may, whatever storm comes, this happens, that happens, just hold on to the Guru and keep doing whatever best you can. That's it. And take it to the end. That's what Master has said. Till your last breath, you have to be loyal to the path, to God, to Guru, to the teachings, to your own truth. Be loyal to that till the end. And of course, there is light beyond this game of life. Okay, next question.
If God is a director and nature the instrument, what is my role as a soul?
Okay, this is a very, very vague question. What is Maya's role as a soul? Not at all congruous question. Soul is spirit, is Brahman. So I will answer in very brief lines, because talking about Maya means actually talking of the entire thousands and thousands of pages of scriptures. Not going to be possible. Big question, no time. Okay, so Maya is that power of the infinite Lord by which it has created the illusion of space and time, by which it has created the illusion of many, although there is only one. But the fact that we are able to see and perceive the many, this is Maya itself. The fact that there is space and time division, although actual truth is timelessness and it is infinite space, but we are broken into small phases of space and time, like one lifetime of 70, 80, 90 years. It's an illusion, because the Atma is immortal. Nobody is dying actually, but it is appearing that people are born for a particular time period. They are born in a particular country, in a particular space zone. All of this is an illusion. Why? Because Krishna has already told us in chapter 8 and so far chapter 9, there is only one. One appearing as the many is the power of Maya. So I think that's all I will say.
How can I develop humility to perceive the divine in all?
You tell me, how can you be humble, surrender, offer? Firstly, humility begins by the knowledge that I don't know anything. बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार मन बुद्धि बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरुहु कलेश विकार. So Hanuman ji says, no, or we say to Hanuman ji, a true saintly person will realize he knows nothing. बुद्धिहीन, हम मूर्ख हैं, मूढ़ हैं. क्योंकि हम क्यों मूर्ख और मूढ़ हैं? क्योंकि हम बहुत ही लिमिटेड इंटेलेक्ट से काम कर रहे हैं. हमारा माइंड, इंटेलेक्ट और बहुत ही लिमिटेड है. सिर्फ सेंसेस से लिया डेटा से हम काम कर रहे हैं. इसीलिए हम बुद्धिहीन है. वी हैव नो लेवल ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस because we are operating through limited instruments. Once you just acknowledge this fact, then automatically our head bows down in prostration. We automatically become humble. Also, when we understand the working of our own body, that I am breathing and I'm thinking I'm this great person, but I don't even control one breath. I don't even control one beat of my heart. I don't control anything my body is doing. Kidneys are functioning, liver is functioning, all cells, trillions of cells working in sync without my doing anything. I mean, this fact itself makes us, fall down on our knees and says, oh, who is controlling? Oh, dear God, you are the controller and I am nothing. This realization will have this effect of automatically making you humble. God is the doer. God is everything. Everything is run by Him. And then our knowledge is very limited. So just knowing all of these things and contemplating upon them, where else will we go? Means our head will automatically bow down in front of that power which is overwhelmingly, we can only be awe-stricken by it, and there is no other way. And if we keep on continuing to live in ego, then we will suffer. So if we don't want to suffer, then we understand the true power. Where does the true power come from? Understanding that, we automatically bow down, and that it comes naturally. Okay. Just contemplate on the truth. Okay.
Last question. Is giving up non-veg food essential to follow the spiritual path? I see it as a good source of protein only.
Okay, so what happens is that when you're eating non-veg, and there's a huge debate on non-veg versus veg, and the simple reasons why non-veg will obstruct some kind of a elevation of consciousness is because when the animals are killed, there is fear in them, and those chemicals are carried in their blood, and all of that is in the food that you are eating. And the way they are slaughtered and all of that is tamasic. So that all those vibrations of those emotions will be in the meat that you're eating, and when you consume that meat, all those vibrations will come into you. And naturally, a person who eats more non-veg is going to be relatively, I'm not saying extremely, but relatively more aggressive than the person who is a pure vegetarian. Because jaisa an, vaisa man means if there is something you have eaten which causes more restlessness and more aggression, same your mind will keep thinking the same thing. Now that is why it was a rule in earlier times for Brahmins to have pure sattvic food, is because when you want to meditate, then you have two conditions in your mind. You do not want to have a tired mind, means a lazy mind which goes to sleep. On the other hand, you do not want a rajasic or a restless mind. You want to be able to control your mind. Now, what non-veg food will do is that it will keep the energy in the body in the lower chakras, and it will not help you in your meditative practice. And because in meditation, we want to still the mind, and the vibrations and the chemicals that you take in through non-vegetarian food is not going to help with that. Therefore, it slowly over a period of time, and as you meditate, you find that your tendency to go towards non-veg automatically starts to decrease. So you don't again have to beat yourself to it, but the more you meditate, the more spiritual you become, automatically your likeness for non-vegetarian food decreases. You automatically go towards sattvic. So it's a cycle. And what Master said, Paramahansa Yogananda has said beautifully, when he went to the US, everybody was a non-vegetarian. So it is only in the second and the third generation of people that he actually started to say that you must completely become vegetarians. To the first generation, he said, do not have red meat, do not have pork and beef. If you want to continue to have non-veg because your body is accustomed, you can have a little bit of lamb, chicken or fish. But slowly you should decrease the frequency of having these, the amount that you have this, and eventually if you truly want to become spiritual and elevate your consciousness and still your mind, then you must convert to completely vegetarian. So let this be a process, and do not force yourself. It's not an overnight thing. Just feel it in your heart, go step by step. But yes, becoming vegetarian helps in spiritual life and in our meditation. So that's all I would say.
That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear friends, for joining me today on this journey of the beautiful, great Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Love and joy to all. Jai Guru.